All right, welcome back to the podcast. It's episode 188, and I've titled this one Unexpected Caller. Now, I normally switch my phone off when I'm recording, but today, for the first time ever, I forgot. And mid-recording, I get a call from a fellow comic. Stick around to find out who it was. It's all here in episode 188, Unexpected Caller. I am so tired, I'm not gonna lie. Man, I've never been this knackered in my life. Got up early today, went to the gym, did a bit of cardio, although I feel like I cheated the cardio a bit because I've just ate a poppy seed muffin from Costco, and it was absolutely delicious. So whatever I've done in the cardio machine has gone out the window. God. I'm so tired. I think it's the gym, but then I was continuing with my painting. I am halfway there, folks. Halfway. Started on the landing now, working my way down slowly. I thought, let me do one side of the wall for now, and then I'll do the other side tomorrow. Knackered. Not gonna lie. Proper tired. So I was falling asleep, and then I went to Costco, obviously, because I got my poppy seed muffin, and I'm just like, whoa, I can feel it. I'm ready to sleep. If I fall asleep halfway through this podcast, you know why. The worst thing is I don't even have a gig today. I'm supposed to be doing a gig tonight, as I'm recording this. I should have been leaving. I should have been heading into my car, driving up the M6 to Preston. Unfortunately, that gig got cancelled. Very last minute as well. The weirdest way I found out was through the place where the comedy night is supposed to be. I went on their website, well, the Facebook page. I usually do that, just have a little look. Sometimes I've got pictures, see what other events are on. And it said, comedy has been cancelled this Saturday. And I was like, why? I mean, I found out on a Thursday. I think it was I found out. Gutted. Not going to lie. I was proper gutted. So I lost out of money on there. And I'm on a roll at the moment. Had a nice couple of gigs. Did one in Derbyshire, where I met a lovely young man named Oliver, who was autistic. Got him onto the stage. We had a lovely special moment, and the audience loved it, and I put it on TikTok and stuff. It's a nice little video. If you've not followed me on the old TikToky and Instagram and stuff, just follow my handle, Lovdev Barpega Comedian. I think it's Lovdev B on TikTok. I don't know why I chose that, Lovdev B. God knows why. I did do some training, though, for work, obviously. Not for anything else in the week. And that was, what can I call it? It was called PMVA. PMVA is basically when you're holding someone in a restraint, how to protect yourself, how to move them, stuff like that, yeah. What I don't understand is in the care industry, they've all got their own different styles of training and like maneuvers and holds and stuff. It's just all about money, man. That's what it's all about. Why don't they just stick to one? Stick to one training. I'll do like 2 or 3 a year, different ones. And to be honest with you, I always use the one that the NHS teaches me, because I've been doing that one for years, and you know, I just know that one. And the other ones you end up doing, they're literally the same kind of hold, but in a different way, if you know what I mean. So you'd have a lock rather than a grab. Stuff like that. Little miniature things. How am I supposed to remember that? Honestly, I don't get it at all. Let's see what I can get. Let's do a topic.
Conspiracy theories, what's real, what's fake? Conspiracy theories, what's real, what's fake? Conspiracy theories, what's real, what's fake?
Conspiracy theories, what's real and what's fake? Let's find out, shall we? This one has been put up by Brandon Wren. He's asking, what if Adam and Eve were alien-bred beings? Probably were, mate. Came from another Atlas comet, dropped them both off, started life as a human. Did they start as eggs or did they come as humans? That's what were they like eggs and they hatched out of it? It's a bit like the chicken and the egg theory. What were they initially? Were they just already human? How did they get onto the planet? Were they names actually Adam and Eve? No one knows. So, Brandon, what if Adam and Eve were alien-bred beings? Probably. And the meteor that killed the dinosaurs. So you reckon they were in a meteor and it struck Earth, which caused all the dinosaurs to die out, and they literally hatched out of this meteorite and became Adam and Eve. Do you reckon that could have happened? We don't know. We don't even know if there was a real Adam and Eve. Was there any snakes involved? Was there an apple? How did the apple get there first? It's all questions I need to know. Did the dinosaurs eat the apples as well? Now that would be interesting. Obviously, probably the ones that are not carnivores. Most likely. Plant-based eaters, the vegans. Vegan dinosaurs. Let's read more on what he reckons. He says, this is wild. But hear me out. Number 1. Alien-bred Adam and Eve. The biblical first humans weren't born naturally on Earth. They were engineered by extraterrestrials and sent here. Their arrival caused the mass extinction of the dinosaurs. That meteorite, it was them. Probably was. I never thought of it in that way. The Big Bang. Maybe they had a Big Bang on planet Earth to start the human race population. Started in that kind of bang, if you know what I mean. Number 2, the grand experiment. Adam and Eve were designed to seed Earth, consume its resources, and set humanity on a path to serve a larger alien agenda. Possibly, they could be the seeds. That's what I said with the Big Bang. And now we are aliens, aren't we? I reckon we are. I don't think we came from the Homo sapiens, is it? The cavemen? What do you call them? Like the monkeys. We were monkeys once, and then we kind of like got out of the monkey trend. If we were monkeys, why are there still monkeys? Chimpanzees? Don't you think that's an interesting fact? Like, why are they still monkeys, right? Orangutans, whatever you call them, gorillas. And then you got us. What's the difference? Why were only some of us made that way? Or did the aliens think they're going to evolve anyway from a monkey into a human, but let's leave some of the monkeys as they are so they don't figure it out. We need them guessing. Could be that reason. I don't know. What's he got? Number 3. Reptilians controlling from the shadows. Oh, I reckon they do anyway. Not reptilians. I don't know if there is reptilians, but maybe some kind of alien that made us centuries ago. Still overwatching us. Like the Big Brother television. We could be their TV. They just watch us. They've got a big screen. We don't even know they're watching us. There's like a hidden camera somewhere in the mountains, in the trees, stuff like that. Everything nature, we don't know. I'm going mental. So some of these aliens were embedded themselves into human civilization, influencing governments, corporations, and the media. Not everyone is a reptilian. Only the ones running the show. The rest of humanity is unknowingly part of the experiment. Probably. Number 4. Religion as a tool of control. Oh yeah, of course it is. I mean, they didn't have law back in the days, did they? That's why I think religion was there, to just, like, kind of ground us, keep us, you know, praise the Lord and all that. Do the good, don't do the bad, don't kill. Yeah, common sense, really. I think that's what it was. Organised religion as we know it. It is part of the distraction. That's what it is, mate. By focusing humanity on a morality dogma or divine punishment, these hidden rulers keep people from realizing the true nature of reality. The cosmic experiment, alien influence, and the cycles of Earth's destruction. Number 5, resource explanation and eventual war. Humans consume Earth's resources. We're doing that already. Oblivious they're part of a plan. Eventually, this triggers a cataclysmic war that destroys the planet, turning it into a star. And resetting the cycle. I think we need a reset anyway on the planet, don't we? There's some nutters out there. Number 6, cosmic recycling. Adam and Eve, extinction events, hidden alien control, and religion as distraction are all part of a grand repeating experiment designed to be replicated on other planets. Who knows? Could be. There could be another Adam and Eve that's a different colour. I mean, what colour was Adam and Eve? Isn't that interesting? Why do you get black people, Asian, South Asian, Middle Eastern, Chinese, that kind of thing? What other races are there? Black, white, brown, tanned. Don't know any other ones. Why are we all different in colour? Maybe there was an Adam and Eve for every different race, and the aliens dropped them off in certain parts of the world. So a white alien came out in his spaceship. It was probably a Yeti, and came to Europe, started in Europe, obviously, because that's where Columbus, is it? Went to America and founded it, something like that. Started in Europe, in England. First white man was there, and then he spreaded himself across France. And then there was another alien ship that come in that was a little bit tanned, right? It was a nice little tan. They started off in the Middle East, went to like Spain and stuff, invaded Spain for a bit, and then the white people beat them up, and then they went back out to Morocco, which was Africa. A lot of people say life started in Africa, didn't it? So maybe the first Adam and Eve was a black man. Most likely, I reckon it was a black man. Black man come first. But then again, the black man was probably last, because black and Asian people are always late to parties. That's my take on this. If Adam and Eve were alien bred beings, he has said, P.S. had to use chat LGBT. That's fine. I use chat LGBT all the time because I couldn't put it into words. Laugh out loud. So that's my bad. But it's just a thought. It's not a bad thought. I think it has been discussed before. I'm sure I watched a couple of documentaries where they reckon Adam and Eve were aliens. But how do you prove that there was really an Adam and Eve? And those of you who are Bible pushers are going to say, it's in the Bible. But who says the Bible was right? I mean, people say the Bible is a message from God. But who wrote it? It was a man who wrote it. There you go. I can't say anything more than that. I do like this conspiracy theory, though. That was Conspiracy Theories. Thank you so much to, who was it again? Brandon Wren, who posted it. Cheers, mate. Sorry, I'm just still a bit tired. God, I don't know how I do the podcast, because I'm like, oh, I've got to do it. I've got to record a podcast. People want to know what's going on in my life. I don't even know how many people listen to this podcast. How many of you out there listen to this? I don't know. Yes, I am tired. You guys can tell. You're like, this isn't the usual Lovdev we know. He's a little bit crazy, but today he's a bit more relaxed and chilled out. I feel like I've had a little spliff, a little ganja. I mean, I don't smoke it, but you know when you've had a bit of that, the old doobie, you know, Chase the Dragon and all that. Is it called Chase the Dragon, or is that a different drug? I feel like I've had one of them, and I just want to relax and go to sleep. I do want to go to sleep, but do you know what's been keeping me up? I've been watching this TV series, Dexter. The new Dexter, man. Wow, it's addictive. Honestly. I loved the old one. So when the old one come out, well, it was back in 2000s? 2006, I believe it started. I was a big fan. Really got into it. You know, I love all the serial killer stuff. And I don't know the person who wrote it. I believe it was based on a book. I could be wrong. I just like the whole concept of it, that a serial killer kills serial killers, but he's a good guy in a way, like a hero. As it's quite fascinating. And now I've started watching the new Dexter, and I'm just like, wow, this is great. Like, it's even better than the original, but at the same time, it sticks to some of the old stories. If you've never watched it, I highly recommend watching Dexter. Obviously, start with the old one. Watch it all the way through. It does get a little bit repetitive, obviously, because he keeps killing the bad guys. But then when you start watching the new seasons, I think the very first one was called New Blood, which I didn't know. I started watching something called Resurrection, which is the latest one. And I was watching it, and I was like, when did he get shot? He's got a son. Where's this son? I watched 4 episodes of it, right? And then I thought, I need to Google and find out. Then I realised there was another one called New Blood. And I was like, oh my God. There's something called New Blood. I feel like I've already told you all this. Sorry if I have. I'm just proper tired. Let's do another topic. It's a confession.
Confessions the church, red it's the priest, a click to cleanse or fuel the beast.
Yeah, confession by Dazzling Trash on the Reddit. As always, you guys know I use that. Confession they have put up today. I gossip way too much, and it's tearing me up inside. Why do you gossip so much? What is the reason? Dazzling Trash. I told my co-worker something I think was personal about another co-worker, and it's killing me. I'm not going to go into details. Oh, come on, you need to tell us. What's the gossip? You're not a gossiper if you're not going to tell us. So I can stay anonymous, but to be as vague, but let me concise, not keep me up. I told people my co-worker's parents were divorced. Why did you say that? Is this a made-up gossip that you've done, or it's actually true and you feel really bad because you're telling everybody else? I feel awful about it, they're saying. And it's the worst thing I could have done. You could have done a lot worse, so don't worry. I have had a bad gossiping problem, and I'm trying to break that habit, but it's very hard. If anyone has any tips to help me break this habit, so I can finally be at peace. Please tell me, because the guilt of all the gossiping I've ever done keeps me up at night. You can... Right, I'll tell you what to do. Get yourself a needle and like a really strong string and just sew your lips together. That's the only thing. Or get a knife, pull out your tongue and cut your tongue off. Don't do that. Don't do that, whatever I said. But that's the only solution I can give you. I don't know what else to tell you. It's just a habit that you've got. I'm sorry. They're saying they can't sleep some nights because of the guilt. Well, if you can't sleep at night, why don't you just think, if I tell this person about this gossip, I won't be able to sleep tonight. So that way you should be able to stop yourself from gossiping. They're saying they're losing their mind. I'm losing my mind reading this post. And I don't know how to make the constant guilty, conscious thoughts go away. I don't even know what to say to you. I mean, it's a good confession. Thank you for confessing that you've got a problem about gossiping. People hate gossipers. I don't like to gossip. If somebody tells me something in secret, I will remain and keep it a secret. You need to respect what you're doing. Because if you wouldn't like it if you told somebody something and told them not to tell anyone, and the next thing you know, all your colleagues find out. You know? So why don't you just think of it in that way? You just can't help yourself. That's what I think. You just like a good story. That's basically what I think your problem is. Sorry I wasn't much help, but yeah, get yourself a needle or the nearest blade you can find in your drawer. All I can hear in the background is my son coughing his head off. Now, he's a sucker for illness. He rarely gets ill, to be honest. Obviously, because he's still young. I never used to get ill that much, but now, because I'm getting older, obviously, it affects me a bit more now. But him, when he's like, I mean, I think he's got a cold. He's not feeling 100%. But when he coughs like he's on his deathbed. Honestly, that's how he sounds. I don't even know why I'm whispering, because he's in the kitchen and I don't want him to hear me having a go or, you know, gossiping. I'm literally doing what Dazzling Trash said. I'm gossiping about my own son, telling you all how much of a wuss he is when it comes to him being poorly. I hope he doesn't hear me laughing. And I know with him, I've got a feeling he's got a cold, basically. And I think he's going to end up passing it on to me. And I know it. I'll bet you guys any money. The next podcast episode, you're going to hear me sniffling. Oh, hello. Yeah, I was right. My son's passed it on to me. Oh, God. Talking about being on my deathbed, or not me, literally, but my son. Why don't we just do another topic, and then I can do a weird news story, and then I can watch Dexter or something. So this one is a no stupid question, and I can't remember what happened to my little jingle of no stupid questions, because I haven't got a proper jingle for that one, have I? I've just got this. No stupid, no stupid, no stupid, no stupid question. What is it today? I don't know. I do know. It's been put up by somebody called Sufficient Degree 34. I wonder what degree they've got to make it sufficient. Or is it sufficient degree for the temperature? If they're American, they don't use degree, they use Fahrenheit. But if they're British, then they use degree. I don't know why I'm asking this question, because that isn't the stupid question that they want to know. The question that they want to know is, why isn't the death penalty just a quick gunshot to the head? Why isn't it? Why do people have to suffer? Because they've done awful, horrendous things to different people. Well, why? What my question is, why is there a death penalty, first of all? I know a few countries do it. Obviously, everybody knows United States of America still have the death penalty in some states. And then you've got other countries like Saudi Arabia, and there's probably more. China, I don't even know, I'm just guessing. I mean, I could ask chat LGBT. I'm not going to. I was thinking about, I'm too tired. I can't even be bothered to ask chat LGBT anything today. They're just going to keep going on and on and on. We used to have the death penalty in the United Kingdom years ago. They used to do live hanging in the streets, especially in Edinburgh and other parts of England and Wales. But I believe the reason they stopped it in the UK was because innocent people were getting the death penalty. Now, that's what I think. What if someone has committed a crime, it wasn't them, but they still get the death penalty, and they're always proving their innocence, and then later on you find out, oh, we got the wrong person. So that's the reason I'm not a big fan of the death penalty, depending on who it is and what they've done. Someone like Dexter, innit? Somebody like that. So a single gunshot to the head, I suppose that would be quicker. Would be quicker, wouldn't it? But maybe they just want people to suffer. That's the whole reason of the death penalty, I believe. They want them to suffer for whatever it is they've done. It's a sufficient degree saying a single gunshot to the brain seems like it would be way quicker and less painful than a lethal injection. Or the electric chair. The chances of it failing are significantly less as well. So why don't the governments just use that method? I don't know. I mean, I don't know. It's probably cheaper as well. Electric chair, I mean, electricity is expensive. I don't know how much it is in the United States. But in England, electricity's gone up by 2%, has it? Or 5%, which is a lot of money. We can't even pay bin men to pick up bins in Birmingham. I don't think we've got the money to put power into an electric chair to get them, electrocuted. So, yeah, it does make sense. I think the gunshot would be a lot quicker, wouldn't it? It's weird because I don't usually talk about stuff like this on my podcast. It's quite clean and friendly, isn't it? If you've got kids in the car, I do apologise, because I know a lot of people listen to this because they know I don't swear and I don't talk about anything malice apart from now. But if there are any complaints, I will send them over to sufficient degree. Hiya, mate.
Lovey, Lovdev.
You all right? Hang on a minute.
Yeah, good, mate.
Let me just check something. Oh, you're on my podcast. Hello, Ricky Balshaw.
All right, mate. How you doing?
You are my first guest on the podcast.
Hello.
Welcome.
This is great.
Yeah, I mean, it was an unexpected call. I usually use my phone to play my jingles, as I told you once on a journey back from home. Yeah, you are literally on the first call. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Ricky Balshaw, who is a stand-up comedian based in Telford. He's only been going a couple of years, and he's moving highly up the ranks. He does have a podcast himself, which he can plug later.
Yeah.
As you're on the phone to me, I was just telling my listeners, I was just doing a story.
Okay.
It was a no stupid question being put up by somebody called Sufficient Degree, asking why isn't the death penalty just a quick gunshot to the head?
Here's a question for you. Why do they insist on using sterilised needles?
I've never thought of that.
What's the point?
I don't really know. Do they have to use sterilised needles?
I think so, yeah. They have to unpack them and stuff. Like, they may as well just use the ones that the addicts have handed in.
Yeah. I mean, that would be even worse. Died of AIDS and...
The long drawn-out process. You know what? If I'm on death row and they said death by AIDS, I'd take it because it'd give me a little bit of time, wouldn't
it? That's hilarious.
Yeah.
Oh, that's funny, mate. You're my first guest on the.
Great.
This is unexpected as well. Don't worry, I don't have many listeners.
I know, I've heard the podcast. I can tell why.
It's just me laughing for 30 minutes.
I love it though. I love your laugh.
That's what it is. Oh, cheers, mate. So where are you heading to, Ricky?
I'm on the way to Brighton for a gig.
Oh, wow. That's a long way from the Midlands. Oh, mate. Okay, fair enough. Yeah, I mean, I had a gig tonight, and I've told these, like, it got cancelled.
Yeah, what happened?
Well, let me just pause the podcast because we don't want anyone else hearing it.
Oh, that's interesting.
Oh, that was interesting. Our conversation,
That was interesting.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, not the yeah. Anyway, not the topic.
I can't believe, mate. I can't believe that you turned down a gig with Ricky Gervais tonight because he wasn't funny enough to share a stage with you.
I wish I could share the stage with Ricky Gervais. That would be lovely. But obviously, I have to share the phone call instead with Ricky Balshaw, who is on his way to Brighton, ladies and gentlemen. That's where he's heading.
Sure
He sure is. Wait, the conversation we just had, it was just me moaning about certain comedy clubs who don't book certain acts. Not myself,
They book
obviously. They book other people. Racist.
I
Anyway.
can't moan,
Hey?
they book me. They book me, but I'm white, so yeah.
They book him, he's white and he's disabled. And they don't book
Yeah,
me because
you
I'm
book me,
old
mate.
and brown. Yeah, that's it. Have you got anything interesting? As I'm done, hang on, because I played a jingle where it goes, oh, that's interesting. And I used to do an interesting fact. I used to read out an interesting story, but I haven't done that for a while. So let's do, oh, that's interesting. And you can tell my listeners something interesting that you know or about yourself. Here we go.
Okay, yeah, I've got a little fact for you.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
Did you know that horses can't be sick?
No, I did not know that. A horse.
There you go, horses can't be sick.
Really?
Yeah, and that's why when they get colic, what colic is basically bellyache, and then to get out of pain, because they can't be sick, they get on the floor and they roll around, but they can twist the guts and die from it. So that's why colic's so serious. You have to walk them around for hours so they don't get down and roll, all because they've got these valves in their chute, like the esophagus, or whatever, that won't allow them to be sick.
Wow. There you go.
There you go.
That's a very interesting fact. It's funny you say that because I was telling everyone about my son who is poorly at the moment. And when he's, mate, I don't know if he's got a cold. He's got something wrong with him. And he's a proper groaner. Like, he's coughing and stuff. But when he coughs, it's like he's dying. So now I wish my son was a horse. He can't be sick. That's hilarious.
Here's another horse fact for you. They can sleep standing up because they've got these ligaments in their knees and hocks that lock, so they can sleep standing up.
Oh, that's interesting.
Wow, that is interesting. Someone has just messaged me asking me a question on my messenger. So we're going to have to pause the podcast again, but when I come back, I will do the weird news story. So I'm going to pause it and speak to Ricky, have another little quick gossip, and then we'll get back to you with the weird news story. And we're back after another gossip. I'm worse than this person. I did it before you go, Ricky, because Ricky said he's almost pulling up at his gig. So
Nearly there.
I usually do topics off Reddit. I choose random ones, and I've already done this before you rang. This was a confession by somebody called Dazzling Trash, and their confession was, I gossip way too much and it's tearing me up inside. I don't think that's me, because we've just had so much gossip on our conversations, which is why I had to keep pausing the podcast and having this conversation with Ricky. And this was unpre-planned. It was just Rick. I'd usually turn my phone off, Ricky, in all honesty. I'll put it on aeroplane mode, and then, because there's certain other people who will always ring me every day. To find out all about. I mean, I've told everyone this anyway before. They don't know who it is, but they know there's a certain person who rings every day, speaks to me more than my actual missus. But it's nice.
I'm so happy you stopped phoning me.
No, I shall tell you what happened, ladies and gentlemen. Me and Ricky used to talk a lot. Then he ended up getting himself a girlfriend, and that was it. Never heard from him. Not even a message, nothing. I didn't even know if he was still alive. The only way I knew he was around was from his Facebook messages saying wherever he's at, gigs, and pictures of him and his partner, obviously. But that's what happens. That's what happened.
I was a bad friend, but I'm trying to make.
No, it's fine. I'm only messing around, mate. When I got married, because I used to go to the gym a lot when I was young. The lads in the gym, when they knew I was getting married, they were like, "Oh, nice knowing you, mate. Not gonna see you again." I was like, "What are you on about? Of course, I'm gonna keep coming back to the gym, mate." They were absolutely right. I didn't step back in that gym. I didn't go back to the gym for 10 years. Probably because I thought, I'm all right now. I've got myself a bird and I'm married now.
I don't need to feel any more steel.
Exactly. Don't need to be buff anymore. But
Loves me the way I am.
Exactly. She does love me the way I am, I think.
She's a good woman, your woman, mate.
Not at the moment. Not at the moment.
Sometimes it's best to step in, mate, and I'm going to say that now and just say nothing.
Don't say nothing. When Hannah hits her 40s, late 40s, and I mean late 40s, early 50s, you know where I'm heading to, mate. Yes, we're at that stage now in our relationship. I can't even say it because I think she's in the kitchen, but yeah. That's my missus for you. I hope everyone has enjoyed this podcast episode, because they're going to be like, this is very different. This isn't what I usually do. Yeah. I've been talking about the death penalty, which when you rang me, and I don't usually do topics like that. I keep it quite clean, to be honest. And I did that. I've broken so many rules. And to be honest, when I first started this, I did say to these lot, I'm absolutely knackered. I can't even be bothered to do this. But now that you've rang me, I'm like, you've lifted up my spirits. So thank you very much, mate.
Oh, you're welcome, man. You're welcome.
Thank you very much. If you guys think I should get... Sorry, Ricky, say that again.
I was going to say, I always like catching up with you when I'm on the way or way back from a gig. It's nice. It's
because he's got no one else to ring, probably. Everyone else is gigging. That's what it is. Yeah, it is. It's like, who's not free today? Let me check on the pro forum. Who's available on these dates? Oh, yeah, Lovdev's free. Let me call him.
Yeah, I don't even check the forum, mate. I just know you're not booked.
That's hilarious. Which is true, and I can't even argue with that. Thanks, Ricky. Yeah, I was going to say, if you guys think I should get a guest on more often, let me know. They don't let me know. No one ever messages me. Before we let Ricky go, because he's not that far away from his gig, he does have a podcast himself. If you want to plug it, Ricky, you can do it right now.
Yeah, it's starting up again. It's called Ricky Valshaw's Unstable. So you can find it on YouTube, Spotify, all the streaming platforms. go to patreon.com/unstablepod, and you can sign up for just £1 a month to support it. We have been on a bit of a hiatus, but it's back on again now, so any support, even if you just subscribe to the YouTube channel or watch the videos, that'd be great. So, yeah, search for it and you find it, or search for me, Ricky Balshaw, on the socials, and that'd be great.
Thank you, Ricky. I am one of the episodes as well on the Unstable. I have plugged it already. I can't remember what episode it was, but I have mentioned it to these lot. The only 10 people that listen to this episode. So, yeah, you'll get 10 more followers, hopefully. Wow, I'm not going to lie. I didn't think the podcast was going to last this long. Now, this is probably the longest podcast episode in the entire history of a crazy little thing called Lovdev. If I've gone over your time, or if you've literally drove to work and you drove back from work and you're still listening to the same episode, that's actually quite not that bad, is it? But like I said, I wasn't expecting it. My phone was on. Ricky rang and we spoke to him. Lovely guy. Remember, check out his podcast. Let's end my podcast with today's weird news story. Name and shame is today's headline title of the weird news. People are losing their minds over a baby's very unusual supervillain name, and his brother's is just as wild. Apparently, the parents have chosen names relating to one particularly famous franchise. I think the franchise is James Bond. I could be wrong, because there are pictures of James Bond on this article. Many in the UK are familiar with a long-standing tradition from the television The Sun. The publication has become synonymous with making announcements on weddings, births and deaths. According to parent company News UK, over 1,000 births, that's 1,100 marriages, and 4,500 deaths are announced in the publication every year. However, one recent announcement has sparked readers into a flurry of excitement. Two parents have just welcomed a baby boy, but they used the announcement page to reveal the very strange name. It reads, Woodman's, on the 4th of September, was born to Annabelle and William, a son, Basil Groove Blofeld. This is, of course, referring to the infamous James Bond. I was right. The antagonist, Ernest Stavro Blofeld. The character is a terrorist leader who founded the secret global criminal organisation Spectre. A-list actors have played the evil personality over the years, which include Donald Pleasance, Charles Gray, Max von Sydow, and most recently, Christoph Waltz. The sibling of the young top also sticks with the infamous 007 antagonist theme. The announcement continued, brother to Stanley Beats, Sacra Magna. This is the reference to Bond of adversaries in the 1974 film The Man with the Golden Gun. Francisco Scaramanga was played by Christopher Lee, who happened to be the real-life step-cousin of James Bond creator Ian Fleming. It was reported by the Daily Mail in 2007 that the inspiration for both characters came from the classmate of James Bond, Ian Fleming, his time at Eton College. So that's it, basically. Someone has named their kids after Bond villains. Not bad. Maybe I'm going to call my next kid Megatron.